Tahir Badshah joins in. He's the Senior VP and co-head of equities at Motilal Oswal Asset Management Company. Tahir, good having you. I know you can't really comment on individual stocks, and happy Diwali and happy Dhanteras, by the way, from all of us here. But just a word really on the kind of display that some of the companies have done on the results, or in particular the auto companies are doing on the monthly sales numbers.
Well, I think it's a pretty phenomenal growth. Even the Hero Honda number, Hero Moto number today is clearly spectacular. It's beaten the buzz in the market as well, which was also pretty high. So to that extent, it just goes to show that the story remains largely in the rural segment of the market, and it's a very strong player and strongly positioned in the rural segment. We've seen a similar indication by Maruti as well for the last quarter, when they indicated that the overall rural volumes were actually up nearly about 24%. So that's something which is a segment of the market which is clearly showing a lot of resilience, and of course it comes a little expectedly too, given the kind of growth that we are likely to see out of the agricultural economy in this year. So I think it's a pretty strong showing, and I think we will probably see a similar performance out of other companies and other industries which also are leveraged to a larger part to the agriculture or the rural sector.
Tahir, afternoon, of course, with the momentum that we're seeing in the equity markets, it certainly is a liquidity-driven rally. But are you comfortable at these levels, or do you think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, given that the fundamentals still remain intact?
I think if you look at from the point of view of things gradually falling into place from the kind of extreme negatives that we were in a couple of months ago, I don't think the excitement of the market is completely unfounded. I mean, we've resolved quite a number of important issues, especially with regard to the currency, the liquidity situation, as well as the overall monetary stance as spelled out by the RBI. The one large piece which still remains unaddressed and which is still burning is the fiscal deficit issue. And I think to that extent, that will probably be the area of focus of the government. Meanwhile, we've had the result season clearly being well ahead of expectations for most of us. In fact, our initial numbers seem to suggest that even for the reported Nifty companies, the earnings growth is a couple of percentage points ahead of estimates. And over the last couple of days, we've seen even some of the laggard pack, which was supposed to be a little suspicious in terms of their results, and I'm referring to the PSU banks, and maybe we have some more of the domestic cyclicals to come. Even they have had some earnings delivery. Of course, it's not been the most desired set of numbers, but I think there's been some improvement in the underlying trends of even the PSU banks. So I think there is cause for some cheer, at least in the market, as is being displayed right now.
Tahir, so the question mark is, we spoke about laggards finding favor. The last 2 months, I've seen a lot of positive news flow coming in for the beleaguered infra sector as well. Maybe some of the stocks have reacted, maybe some haven't, and most of them still remain penny or slightly higher than penny stocks. Is this a space that you start looking at?
I think clearly that segment is getting a little bit of attention, and I think, in my view, I think the first clear trigger out of that, and rightfully so, was out of Larsen & Toubro. So we saw a decent set of numbers out there. We saw, especially in terms of the order situation and the order backlog. So that was quite interesting to, and that is basically what is now trying to extend itself into some of the other names in the domestic cyclicals or the industrials category. So clearly we as of now don't see the need to go down all the way to the very penny stocks, but I think even some of the larger names or the mid-sized names in this space could be interesting, especially if you can get hold of some quality companies in that space.
Tahir, it's been pretty top-notch when it comes to earnings in the telecom basket. Given the improving operating and regulatory environment, do you think that there is more upside potential?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we believe that there is enough momentum in pricing still possible over the next 12 to 18 months, and many some of the larger companies in the space have already indicated that they've got a little bit of it already, and we think there is more which is possible. So that should clearly, drive the earnings for these companies, and good numbers have been displayed actually even in a seasonally weak quarter. So I think there should be momentum both in terms of volumes, which is basically traffic, as well as pricing for this sector. And as you rightly mentioned, that even the regulatory headwinds are actually getting better. So that's something which is supportive, and valuations are reasonably comfortable because many of these telecom companies can actually see a very sharp earnings acceleration in the next 12 to 18 months. So market probably doesn't seem to have fully discounted that as yet.
Great, Tahir. Good having you as always. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.
Once again to you and your team, from all of us out here, very happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year.
Happy Diwali to your ET Now team as well and your viewers. Okay, have a good day.
Thanks a lot, Tahir. Thanks a lot. And the market has just maybe come off a little bit. Why I'm saying so, because the CNX